It's that time of the quarter again, with the comedy already starting, or at least I believe it's going to. Palantir's announcement for Q2 2024 earnings is now official with a date and time. So, detail wise, for the results ending for Q2 2024, which is end of June, they will be released on Monday, August 5, after hours at market close. Palantir, per usual, will host a webcast to discuss the results 5 p.m. Eastern Time or 4 p.m. Central, like me. Now, the comedic part already is that the question submissions and voting has been already open. Now, I won't go into too much detail yet to let these submissions cook, and I don't see it yet, but I have no doubts that we will see a couple questions about maybe dividends or getting into the S&P 500, where that literally makes no sense and is kind of out of their control, at least for the S&P part. But I feel it's a silly tradition at this point. But more seriously, I do want to point out the top two questions already getting some decent votes with a few hundred, with when can we expect exponential growth and how do you plan to keep growth for your company going? Now, it's already obvious at this point, at least the theme on investors' minds, growth. Now, answering the exact wording of how you would define exponential growth or what metric specifically, because it's obviously easier for them to achieve this, say, with net income versus revenue. But besides the point, even if the questions aren't specific enough, I'm not going to be surprised if this is the main thing on people's minds and if we see more similar questions later on. So scroll through the rest of the questions when you have a chance, but as noted, I'm going to do a later video for once we get more submissions and votes, but at least at a high level, the list already seems to be set for a lot of folks. And I mean, there's going to be a lot of other resonating themes too that people expect. Is revenue growing? What's causing it? Is the cash pile growing as well? Is that still invested in treasuries? How are sales and boot camps performing? Did buybacks actually pick up after the tiny amount from last quarter? And how are the latest build free tiers working out and bringing in folks, as well as converting them to actual paying customers, as well as to any surprises that we may not know about, and well, what's guidance coming up, and what's expected for the rest of 2024, especially since we are now halfway through the latest year, and many more, which I'll cover in more depth leading to earnings. But what are your thoughts though below on the next round of earnings, and I'll see you in the next video.